Hello everybody, in today's video we are talking about should you buy a house now in 2024 or should you wait? And I am reviewing an article that I found in US News and World Report that was just published the last week of September 24. So if you're thinking of buying a house but you're kind of on the fence, stay tuned. I'm going to review this article and give you the key facts on whether or not you should try to buy now or if you should wait and buy a little bit later. My name is Dawn Dickinson. I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Arizona. I post videos on real estate and living in the northern Arizona towns. If you ever have a question about buying or selling a home, you can reach out to me. I will get back to you. My contact information is always in the description below. Now, the information I'm talking about in today's video, I am reviewing an article that I found in US News and World Report. And basically, the title is Should I Buy a House Now or Wait? I'm going to put a link to that article below in case you would want more of the details. I'm going to give you a high-level summary of what this article is telling you. Now, this is a recent article published in late September 2024. So the key takeaways in this article say while there's a cut in federal rates and that signals that they're going to be lower mortgage rates, don't expect mortgage rates to ever fall below 5.5% based on historical data. And then you might even be seeing Zillow say they're expecting rates to go to 5% by the end of the year. This article is saying that's probably not likely and you might not ever see that again. Now, if you can afford a down payment, closing costs, mortgage payment, taxes, insurance, and maintenance costs, actually right now could be a good time for you to buy a home because you can build your equity and that will give you the opportunity to get into the home, and if rates fall later that you could always refinance. And finally, if you're unsure about being able to afford a home, maybe take this time instead to pay off your debt and improve your credit score so that when things do line up for you that you are ready to make a purchase. Okay, so the article cites 3 reasons that you might want to just go ahead and buy a home now and 3 reasons that you could hold off and wait until later. The first reason, most important reason to buy now, is if you need to move and you can afford it. Sometimes you decide you're going to relocate, you've been having your family members move to a different state and you want to follow them, or you have a big house and you're getting ready to downsize, or of course if you're getting a divorce or some other reason that would cause you to really need to move, you may want to just go ahead and buy a house now in the area you're wanting to live in, or by yourself or with a new spouse, say. So if you can move and you can afford it, it's probably a good idea just to go ahead and buy that home right now rather than wait. Now, the second reason they're citing that you might want to just go ahead and buy the house if the high interest rate doesn't really scare you. You want to buy a house, you see something you like. People are saying, oh no, don't buy now because interest rates are going to fall. First of all, you don't know that they're going to fall. They probably will fall a little bit, but again, the article cites that you probably won't see them less than 5.5%, and that interest rate doesn't scare you what it is right now. You could always refinance later. Another thing to consider is sometimes if the interest rate does fall, housing prices will go up. And the reason that is I do see a lot of people that are kind of in the sidelines. Should I buy something now? Should I wait till the rates fall? And then when the rates do fall, suddenly all those buyers are now looking to buy, and that demand will make the house price go up, because especially if you've got 2 or 3 people that are interested in buying the same home. So if you aren't scared off by the high interest rate, go ahead and buy a home if you see something that you like right now. Okay, the third reason is probably the most important reason to buy right now is if you want to buy a home and you're planning to stay in it for a long time. Because even with the housing prices fluctuating, they tend to fluctuate this way. They'll go up a little, come down a little bit, go up, but they're always going up more than they're coming down if you look at an historical data trend. So if you're going to be in a house 5-10 years, I wouldn't worry so much about fluctuations in the market because, again, you're going to be in there a long time, and this will give you the opportunity to build some equity and and if interest rates fall, you could always refinance. The time I see people running into a little bit of a problem is when they buy a house and within a year they're like, this isn't working out, let me sell this house. And in that case, you could end up losing money, not only because what if the market shifts, but then you've got to recuperate some of your costs because you're going to have to pay fees to your real estate agent and title company when you sell. So you could definitely end up losing if you buy a house and sell it within a year. But if you're planning to stay in it a long time, that's definitely probably the best reason to buy, is because over time you're likely to build equity in your home. So now let's go over the 3 reasons they say that you should wait to buy a home. And the first one is wait to buy if you can't afford a median price home at today's rates. First of all, when you say rates, first of all, home prices are quite high. Median price home in the area where I live in Sedona, Arizona is about 1.1 million. That's not even the primo zip code, 86336, it's 1.5 million. So if you can't afford a median priced home, especially at today's rate, you better maybe consider now. Of course, I am in an expensive market. If you're going someplace like Phoenix, median rate might be in the 500s. So that might be a more realistic example. If you can't afford a house at that price range at today's rate, just hold off a little bit. Maybe your situation will change. Maybe your income will increase. Maybe your credit score will be better. And maybe a year or 2 from now could be a better time for you to buy a home. The second reason to wait to buy is if you've been looking and you're just not finding the right home. Now, there's a couple of things to think about here. This situation could have easily happened to you 2 years ago because there was such a shortage of inventory and you'd be looking and everything that was available didn't seem to be in that great of a shape, so maybe you would pass. Now today this still could be an issue. You're looking and you can't find exactly what you want, but now you want to evaluate, are you just being too picky, or are you in an area that's a very small market? Maybe there just aren't going to be that many homes that suit all of the things on your checklist, or maybe all the things on the checklist are just putting the price way too high. But if you've been looking and you just can't find it and you do have a decent budget, you may just want to wait and see if the perfect home comes on the market. But again, maybe reevaluate it, that maybe you're being too picky, especially if you're in a tiny market where a home with all of the things on your checklist are probably not going to become available. The last reason they cite that could be good to wait to buy is if you're struggling to qualify at the current rates or current prices. It kind of ties in a little bit with the first one on the list, but maybe you need to wait a little bit and see if you could work on your credit score, or maybe you will have a better job opportunity in the year and that will increase your income. But right now, if you're just not qualifying at the current rates, or maybe you just need to pay off some debt. So in these instances, perhaps it would be best for you to wait to buy a home. Now, that was it on this particular article. I'm going to just bring up 2 instances where you might be better off to rent a home rather than buy. And the 2 reasons that I see is if you're moving into a brand new area and you're not sure where you want to live in the area. So I do see this in Sedona sometimes. Now, I'll have to say, to find a rental in Sedona is actually quite difficult, and I actually don't do rentals, but I could refer you to someone who does if you're thinking to rent first. But like if you're moving into an area, you're not sure where in the area you want to live, or you're not even sure if you're going to like the area, maybe you would want to rent for a year first. I did this when I moved to Sedona. I rented for a year. Actually, I wish I had bought rather than rented, because I probably would have gotten a house for $50,000 less than I actually paid, because house prices went up that time while I was looking. But that is still a good reason to rent if you're not sure if you're going to like the area, or if you're just not sure what part of the area you're going to like. And then the other reason that maybe renting is a better option would be is if you are close to retirement, you have a house with a lot of equity and you don't have a lot of savings, perhaps renting or selling your home and using that nest egg, if you could invest it wisely to fund your retirement, is a good plan. Now, I am not a financial advisor, and I am a real estate agent. So I want you to know, for a real estate agent to say this, that maybe you should sell your house and live off the savings, I'm just putting that out there. You would want to ask a financial planner or a financial advisor before you would do something. I've just seen clients do that, and it seemed to work out for okay for them, but I don't want to give you financial advice. I just want to put those two options out there. Anyhow, my name is Dawn Dickinson. The channel is Living in Northern Arizona. I talk about everything real estate, especially as it relates to the state of Arizona. If you ever have a question about buying or selling a home, please give me a call or a text or an email. I will get back to you. My contact information is always in the description below. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing because I post videos every single week, and I hope to see you back here on the channel again next week.